you are not alone, even though you feel like you are alone, right? Always reach out to your professors, to your classmates.
Hi, Wolfpack fans. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, our segment is on tiny wins, and José Urbina is here today. Hello, Jose.
Hello, thank you for having me, Marcy.
Thank you so much for coming. On Tiny Wins, what we like to do is spotlight our graduate students who are going through the messy middle and taking baby steps forward to make progress. So, to begin, you are a PhD student in civil engineering,
Yeah, that's
correct?
right.
And what brought you to NC State?
Well, I'm a civil engineering student from Honduras. I got a Fulbright scholarship, so I'm here on a Fulbright. So, yeah.
High five on that, my man.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, been enjoying a lot Raleigh lately, and it's an amazing city. And also here in North Carolina, I found it an amazing state, right, to be in. And well, I got my master's degree in the UK. I also got a chimney scholarship from the UK government. And right now, I'm working on some energy optimization research well, I want to work with data centers. And right now, I'm working with Alaskan communities in microgrids. So, yeah, that's like my research, right?
Congratulations on that story. You've been all over the globe, and adjusting here to Raleigh is new for you because you arrived in August.
Yeah, I just arrived in August, and yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot. I would say that I really enjoy the food here too, and I think that people are also very friendly here in Raleigh, in North Carolina in general. So it's been great so far. Yeah.
That is interesting that you chose the food as something that you like. I want
Yeah.
to experience all the different international cuisines too. So it's fun to get out to different restaurants. Do you have a favorite place yet?
Well, we went with my wife to True Food Kitchen.
I love that
Yeah,
place.
that place was
At North
very at
Hills.
North Hills. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
was great.
all sourced through, I think, the highest quality. So
Yeah,
it's a little bit like special occasion-y,
yeah,
but also so delicious.
yeah. We went there for Valentine's Day. Yeah, so it was a special occasion.
Well, what a romantic
Yeah.
opportunity for you and your wife has traveled with you here.
Yeah,
So,
she's well. Actually, I'm newlywed. You could say last year we married on March, and
okay.
now we're both in this journey, right?
Well, another congratulations. That's a lot of changes. So
Yeah.
let's get into this idea of a tiny win. So here you are in a new marriage, in a new graduate school, in a new country. Talk about kind of the heavy weight of that.
Yeah. Well, it's been hard to adjust, right, to a new country, especially being far from your family. It's something that I have done before, but I guess this time, as we got older, we would like to be closer to our families. But here, I feel like I have been very welcomed, and I feel like I have very good supports from my professors. Right now, my professor, my PhD supervisor is Professor Jessica Kaminsky. She's been a great support for me during this year. And also my other professors from my other classes. I was thinking about something that may be challenging that I from the outside, I thought it was not going to be that hard. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my research. When I came here, I wanted to do this energy optimization research, and I started taking a class in energy optimization. Coming from a civil engineering background to energy, it's a little bit, let's say, different, right? So at first, when I proposed this project for Alaskan people that I saw that they rely heavily on diesel fuels. I wanted to help doing an energy optimization model to see how to help them transition to renewable energies that, in their case, are more budget friendly, let's say, than importing diesel fuels. So at first, it seems like it was, let's say, not that hard. It was in my mind. It was just doing getting data, doing an energy optimization model, and then helping them with sustainability issues. So as I went on with the research, I saw that there was a lot of resistance. Let's say I had to learn new programming languages. I had to get the data, so I had to meet with different organizations in Alaska so that could help me with my research, and I had to, like I told you before, get space to my marriage, right? Give time to my new marriage, getting used to the US and doing some paperwork from my scholarship. So all of it seemed like overwhelming, right? I discovered that pressure, I think people become good time managers, right? When you have a big challenge that is not, you don't think it's impossible, but it's not that easy. You can work your way through tiny wins, like in this in segment, right? So my research has been something that on the outside seemed like it was gonna be easy, and when I came here, I discovered all these things that I needed to adjust, right, to make it work.
And so I love how you walk through all that, that you thought, I've got this, it's going to be easy. And new marriage, new research, learning new programming languages, all the things that you mentioned. What was a specific step you took to get through that hard part? Just like we said, a baby step to move forward when you felt like you needed the momentum and maybe you almost dismissed it, but you did it anyway.
Yeah. So I would say one of the baby steps that I did first when I was in my classroom, I just came to with a topic that I didn't know much about, and I felt, let's say, a sort of guilt that I should know more because I'm a PhD student. So I didn't wanted to ask like basic questions that I think of, and some of that I thought that my classmates were like more capable of doing the research that I was doing, and I started having some doubts, right? So I felt like what I needed to do was go to with the lecture material, read more research on this topic, but also not isolate myself, but go meet people. Like for example, I went to every office hour my professor had. Like I didn't miss one, so that I could always talk to him about what were the steps that was doing for my research, and also my PhD supervisor, having that weekly meetings with her also helped me give my perspective to another person. So it was easy to, let's say, they encouraged me step by step, and that helped me build some confidence. And I would say that a tiny win that I can remember of was that when I was working on this in this model, um, I I had a lot of failures. I couldn't get it to run right properly. So I didn't know why. I checked the code, like the math and everything. But after some time learning about these methods, these new strategies, I was able to make it run. But it was not perfect, right? It was just a basic model, and but at least having it run with all the what I studied, I felt like the my efforts were rewarded, right? Just by running this model, even though I was way, let's say, behind that what I thought I should be with my research. I think that that was a big tiny win that gave me that confidence, and also talking to it with my professors and they encouraging me and telling me I was doing great. Also, I think was something amazing, right? So yeah.
Thank you for telling that story, Jose. That was really wonderful to hear the doubt that you had. Oh, I'm going to ask this question and I'm going to expose myself as the imposter, which we've talked about a little bit in some
Yeah.
of the sessions we've been in together. And then you just did it. You got over the fear. You walked in, you asked the question. Such a wonderful conversation. Any last piece of advice you'd like to leave the listener with who's just starting and doubting themselves?
Yeah, I would say if I could give one advice, it would be you're not alone, even though you feel like you are alone, right? Always reach out to your professors, to your classmates, look for material online, read papers. I think that just by reading one paper, you're already doing like effort that is gonna take you to where you wanna be. So in my case, I'm very close to publishing my first paper in my second semester. So I'm already revising the paper with my advisor, and I feel very proud of it. And also, both of them have congratulated me to make this effort in, let's say, that short time. But I feel that alone, I couldn't have made such a good work, right? So it was a teamwork that I feel like working in a team gets you far, and instead of just sprinting alone, right? So I would say that, yeah, always reach to your professors, to the people that you admire or people close to you. Tell them what your situation is, and let's try to get that help and that input from them, even though they may not be subject experts, maybe, but at least hearing other perspectives might also give you new ideas. So, yeah, I would say that that advice would be something I would like to leave the audience with.
Beautifully said, Jose. So nice to have you today. Thanks for
Thank you,
being
Marcy.
here.
Thank you, Marcy.